Hello everyone, welcome to my creative studio stroke craft room. I'm just going to give you a mini tour of my creative space. A lot of you have been asking about it, so I thought I'd take 5 minutes just to show you a quick creative tour of my space. Now you can see I always love to put artwork down. This makes me happy, just seeing some artwork that I'm incredibly proud of, and sometimes it's really nice just to have that space just to see how far you've come on your journey. So on the back wall here I have like those grid racks that you can get from IKEA, and I like to post pictures of my friends and my lovely Nana up here. And then just lots of storage and things like that where you can pop your pens and your pencils and your glues and bits and bobs. I do have a relatively tidy craft room, however it is not always like this. So the drawers at the bottom, I have all of my patterned papers, and this is where I'm grabbing products when I'm going to be live in studio. And then in here we have our our cardstock. So I have my craft coloured top folding note cards, my black, my red, my white, easy access. And then in the base here I have just some more tools, my cutters, some chargers for all of the products that I use, some little die cutting machines, and all of my creative blocks. Just bear in mind though, this is my job, so I might have a lot of products, but probably not as many as you guys at home. So this is my Deflecto Storage, which is super cool. So this allows me to pop all of the products in here, like my glitters and my eye zinc, and it's on wheels and they are detachable. So this is a really cool idea if you don't have a great big space. So I have 2 desks, one with a chair. This is where I sit and paint, should you wish. But if my back, this is all from IKEA, but if my back is sore, we do have my lovely painting station. This is the cleanest it has ever been. The great thing about this is though, if I'm struggling with my back, I have the capability to sit down, should I wish, or stand up. And it's such a cool idea if you are struggling with your back. I have an obsession with bulldog clips, as you can see. I have them everywhere because they hold my artwork in place when I am painting, as does this amazing piece of kit here. It holds everything in place if I'm painting and my card starts to wobble, and it does go flat. So great workstation for me. This is where I spend most of my time. So just moving around, hey, this is where I get ready for shows if I'm live in studio and I'm running down. And just in drawers here I have replacement plates for die cutting machines, pens, pencils and things like that. Now the largest one that I have in my studio is this one here, and it's got lots of drawers in, and this is where I grab most of my products for studio. So lots of masking fluid, my paints, I'm obsessed with masking fluid, then pens and pencils, glue, probably all of the stuff that most of you have at home. Wow, punchers, things like that. And then let's have a look what's in the next one. And then I have an obsession with the glue gun art. My glue gun is actually in studio, but I do have a backup. I love it that much. And then I have all of my sparkly blacks, whites. Me and my son, very creative with our glue guns. And then we have our fabulous wax seals, which you know we are a fan of. And then moving down, so I have all of my pens, my paints, so I have my Zig, my Tombow, my Copic, I have my washi tape, my jars for water when I'm painting, my watercolour paints, my Himmies and my Myers. And then we have watercolour paints with my swatches. Now these are the Gossip Sparkles. And then I have my embossing powders. Now a lot of my products are in studio and you can't see that. I'm doing a review on that one very soon. Let's just see. So lots of techniques, my foils, my pencils, and then in the bottom here is where I keep all of sort of my embellishments and my ephemera to decorate, books, boxes that I've saved, you know, to upcycle, things like that, MDF shapes and picture frames. and that's sometimes a last minute draw, is that one, if I'm struggling with my mojo. I sometimes just dig something out of there. And then just moving on over to the right here is where I keep all of my cardstock and papers that I use most of the time. Now you all know I use the Gossip Sparkle card, A4 and 12 by 12. My absolute favourite. I start having an anxiety issue if this starts to get very low. And then we have our alcohol marker super smooth cardstock, we have watercolour, we have craft, I have my vellums, and then I have my books and my magazines that I find inspiration in, and so on and so forth. And then moving across here, I have a variation of ink pads. Again, most are in my studio, but in my creative space I still have some of my favourite all-time brands, some of which I've not even opened yet, which is criminal. So I have my lovely Stampin' Up ones here, and then we have our archival, which is a given. We have all of our Tim Holtz and Distress. Then there's mine here, which we no longer do, which upsets me very much. And then more Distress, more Stampin' Up, some Versacolour. So there's the ink, and then just above is where I keep all of my pens and things. Now these are off Amazon, they're just wine racks, so I pop all of my sparkle pens. I have all of my brushes above the top here, so I have like texture brushes, my spot brushes, my Filbert, my riggers, all in there to paint with. And then moving along, I have my alcohol markers in colour family, and then my watercolour markers in colour family. And again, most of my watercolour ones are in studio. And then what's this? Oh, then we have the sequin storage here, there we go. And then pieces of artwork that I don't think are brilliant, so they go in our box. But that's a rundown of my tiny teeny studio, predominantly with IKEA furniture in here, but it is my creative space and I do love it, and it's always cool to pop some pieces of artwork around that you are incredibly proud of when you are in your creative space. So I hope something in this studio helps you with your creative space. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely day, and I will catch you all in the How to Craft Network studio soon. See you later, bye!